Hello, Bruce. Welcome to our presentation today. This is Group HWS, and today we are going to talk about the Convoy Group and its Guangzhou branch. And firstly, I'm going to provide some information about the background of Convoy. And let's go to the background overview. And Convoy is a public listed financial advisory company whose headquarters is located in Hong Kong, SAR. And the company's Guangzhou branch is actually in charge of all of its Chinese businesses, mainland Chinese businesses. And the Guangzhou branch has currently 45 full-time employees. And let's talk about workforces. As far as the demographics is concerned, Convoy has most of its employees from Guangzhou City, which means they are local people, and those employees are actually at least having a bachelor's degree, which means all of them are actually highly educated. And some of those employees are graduates from overseas universities from all over the world. And this is because of the recruitment preferences of the company. And let's talk about the employment conditions. And the company is actually implementing a flexible working hours. This means all of the employees can just get off the work as soon as they finish all the key performance indicators. And the company also has public holidays and annual leaves, sick leaves, etc., which are all in compliance with the relevant Chinese regulations. And let's go to the organizational structure. As far as we can see from picture, the company has actually a horizontal organizational structures, which means there are multiple business teams which are in parallel, and all of them are directly responsible to the general manager. And there are also independent HR department and back office who are also directly responsible to the general manager. And now let's pass on to Bingzhe to talk about the problem diagnosis.
Okay, thanks, Chunxiao. And for problem diagnosis, according to the survey result, there are 69% of the respondents have worked in Convoy for only within 1 year. While the Guangzhou branch has been operating since 2015, only about 30% of its employees have more than 2 years working experience, which potentially highlights the high employee turnover rate in Convoy. The next page. Also, there are approximately 54% of participants do not decide to develop their careers in Convoy, and about 77% of them are considering resignation. This can be interpreted as having low organizational commitment, as employees are ready to search for a new job if they were given the chance to do so. Thus, we think Convoy Group Guangzhou branch is currently experiencing the problem with high employee turnover rate. Next, my partner Gavin will explain about the causes.
Okay, thanks, Bingzhe. Based on the result of our survey, two potential causes have been identified. First one is low and unstable salary, as about 77% of participants are not satisfied with their salary. Evidence have shown that salary is one of the important factors that influence employee satisfaction. There's no fixed salary for the consultants of the company, and they just rely on the commission fees, which is unstable. So they would rather find another job provided by other companies that offer base pay plus commission fee. Next page, please. The second cause is that the welfare support provided by the company is not enough. 84% of the participants do not think the welfare system of the company is effective. A comprehensive welfare system is able to help retain employees, as employees' feeling about the benefits is related to their job satisfaction and commitment to the company. Compared with other companies, Convoy does not provide the insurance and housing fund for their employees, which means employees have to buy them themselves. So their burdens increase and satisfaction and commitment to the company decrease. And my partner Cindy will talk about the recommendation.
Next page, please. Okay. Sex scoring. Based on the above analysis, we totally designed 4 recommendations from 2 dimensions to the problems. You can see that on the screen. What I want to mention here is that although these problems can be solved from monetary ways, which means extrinsic motivated. We designed the following recommendations using non-monetary ways to leverage intrinsic motivations to retain employees, which is more effective and cost-saving for companies. Next page, please. Okay, from dimension of improving non-monetary welfare support, we firstly suggest that companies to invite industry experts to give speeches or training courses to the employees regularly, maybe once a week or twice a month. By doing this, company provides learning opportunities to employees, and this shows the company have good industrial resources to support employees' development. And then employees' job satisfaction and work engagement will be improved. Then, based on the lots of literatures, job satisfaction and employee engagement have negative correlation with their turnover rate. Hence, this action have reduced Convoy's turnover rate to some extent. Besides, the age of most of its employees are about 25 years old, which is the age that just entering society and lack of work experience. Hence, this support is important and meaningful for them. Next, please. Secondly, we suggest the company should not only send birthday card and flowers to each employees on their birthday, but also send birthday blessing message on their parent or children's birthday. This can help bring the sense of belonging to employees to Convoy, which is positively influence their job satisfaction and work engagement, and then help retain the employees. This is a kind of low-cost action that shows humanistic care, and we think it is a good choice for Convoy. Well, my partner Agnes will introduce the next two recommendations for you.
Thank you, Cindy. So we also suggest Convoy to change their organizational culture to build a supportive and collaborative work environment. One way of doing it is allowing employees with relevant expertise and knowledge to lead the team template. Through this, employees can form mentoring relationships with one another as the experienced team members can contribute and communicate useful information during team discussion while guiding the less experienced member. The presence of experienced members can also reduce uncertainty and increase the involvement and engagement of the team members. This is necessary as employees are more motivated in providing value to the organization when they form emotional engagement. And this can be achieved by allowing members of the team to share their expertise and achievement, as well as vote for the members that they believe will be the most suitable for the role anonymously. As such, this also creates a transparent and fair system in Convoy, as every team member is given an opportunity to lead, thus giving employees incentive to work harder in building their own expertise, willingness to learn from others, and builds commitment. Next slide, please. It also recommends that team leaders should adopt transformational style. As mentioned earlier, team leaders are often uncontactable, and it's likely because they prioritize their own performance over their team members. Therefore, Convoy can change their organizational structure by splitting teams into even smaller dedicated teams so it's easier to manage, and then provide team goals and deadlines that require team members to work together with the leaders. So the team goals can be work attendance, productivity output, and customer satisfaction, etc. So this will result to team leaders working collaboratively with their team members, as they are now assessed based on team performance, hence lesser self-interest. Leaders will also be more willing to give individual considerations such as advising and coaching to their team members because they will want their team members to perform well. And as friendship is built through the process of working together, this increases the effective commitment of the employees and reduces turnover rate. So through these two recommendations, you effectively shift the current organizational culture to a more collaborative work environment. And now I'll be passing it on to Chelsea to talk about the implication of our recommendation.
Thank you, Agnes. Through the above suggestions, we have some possible impacts on enterprises and society. It mainly includes the following four aspects. First of all, the supportive organizational environment enables employees to feel the realization of their self-worth in the organization, which further promotes the improvement of organizational commitment and reduction of turnover rate. At the same time, employees are more likely to show positive work attitude and higher work efficiency, which will affect the performance of employees themselves and the enterprise. Combined with the decrease of turnover rate, the cost of recruitment and training will be reduced to a certain extent, which will ultimately improve the profits of enterprises. Secondly, the company's reputation and brand image have been improved. This means that the company's attraction and brand value will be greatly enhanced. The flow of human resources, the opportunity of business cooperation, and the choice tendency of customers may be affected by this. Finally, the continuous learning opportunities provided by enterprises are conducive to improvement of employees' professional ethics and the standardization of employees' behaviors. In the long run, this will contribute to the professional development of industry and social stability. That's what our group want to share with you. Next is our reference list. And now is Q&A part. If you have any question, you can ask now. Thank you.
Yes, I do have a question. And I'm not sure about the concept that you mentioned in the presentation, which is the organizational identification. Could you please explain this concept in more detail, please?
Okay, thanks for your question. The concept of organizational identification refers to the sense of belongings within an organization that a person works for. So I use this concept. I think it has the same meaning with the sense of belongings, so I show that on my slides. Thanks for your question.
Any other questions? Okay, that's all for our presentation. Thanks for listening.